Don't panic. Everything is on sale. So why did this happen? What's going on? Why did we drop so much? We got that big spike I've been talking about. We also got some more interesting news about the yen carry trade that's been going on here. This came out yesterday in Bloomberg. They said that the Bank of Japan, the BOJ, will lift rates if outlook is realized. This came out yesterday. This came out September 2nd at, 11 p.m. Pacific time. That's when this news hit. This is saying, and if you remember on August 5th, why we dropped so much was because the Bank of Japan raised rates by 0.25% or something, 0.2%, something. They raised it. Doesn't matter how much. They just raised it, caused a drop, okay? The thing that's kind of annoying about this, okay, that is annoying about this, is if you come here and look on Friday, on CNBC, the Bank of Japan is certain to raise rates further. The question is when? That's the exact same headline. The exact same headline. And when did this come out? This came out at 3 a.m. on August 30th. So that was before open on Friday. So we knew this was coming. This isn't even news yesterday. And we've sold off on it today, Tuesday, and continuing today. So that's kind of annoying. Anyways, like I said, don't panic. This is just like that. Same kind of situation is there. They're doing a tightening cycle, and eventually that will work its way out of our markets. Okay, we did get our VIX spike here. Let me close that up. We got our VIX spike here. We went as high as 23. It's not a huge spike, but it is already trying to sell off. Let's see how it goes today, if it reignites and goes a bit higher or not. But this is, spike 1 and a spike 2. So I'm not too concerned about this anymore. We might get a third one. We'll see. Even Tom Lee, the perma bull, came out yesterday and said to watch out for the volatility over the next 6 weeks, that we could see a dip, but he did reiterate that he saw that as a buying opportunity, as a dip buying opportunity. Of course, those aren't my words. That is Tom Lee. I didn't bring up the interview again. I watched it earlier. Anyways, yeah, that's what he's talking about right now. You can go and find it. And of course, none of this is financial advice or a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. Simply my thoughts on the charts and what's going on here with the news in the markets right now. Let's take a look at NVIDIA real quick. So we're going to look at NVIDIA. We're going to look at NVIDIA and Tesla, and then we're going to look at Bitcoin miners. Why those two? Because there's starkly different things happening to those right now. Anyways, NVIDIA came all the way to 104. I went ahead and sold a put at 108. It was for $800-ish. I'm down about $100 on that right now, but I'm not too concerned about it. It's all the way out till mid-October. If you think that NVIDIA is likely to be lower than that by then, and it might come all the way down to here. Honestly, it could come to here to fill this gap again, like right there, 95. It could come all the way down to about 95 before finding some kind of support, maybe a little lower if something really horrible happens. But again, I'll just roll. I'm not too concerned. I'll just roll it out further and lower. I'm not too concerned. I did that with MicroStrategy yesterday as well. In fact, I'll bring that up. That one was a mess. MicroStrategy, yeah, this candle right here really got me good. This candle right here yesterday put me down in the red a little over $2,000 and in the money over $20. So that was a bit rough. I ended up rolling yesterday, so I rolled my MicroStrategy out to October as well and brought the strike price down to about 34. So I'm still about $13 in the money there, but as time decay kicks in, I'll be able to later on in the month roll further out and lower down if necessary. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. If we get like one day that spikes up to like 140, 150, then I'd be absolutely fine and I'd be able to close that out at a profit. But right now, I did have to take that roll, which meant that I realized that loss of about 2,000. Well, not quite, because I got it back in the premium on the roll, but basically I realized that loss in order to do the roll. Anyways, yeah, that's it. We're hanging out at the bottom there at MicroStrategy. Anyways, that's not what I wanted to talk about after NVIDIA. I wanted to look at Tesla. Tesla seems to not care about this. Tesla had this little dip yesterday of 1%, which is way less than many of the others. And then today it's up 3%. So that's interesting. This may be a day trading opportunity here. So I'll take a look at Tesla. little bit after this video to see what's going on. The other bit of news with NVIDIA, by the way, is they're getting slapped with an antitrust lawsuit by the Department of Justice. So we'll see how that causes possible stagnation in the NVIDIA price action here for a little while. So that's another bit of news there. Let's take a look at some miners. Then let's close off looking at the one. I want to look at margin debt. I haven't looked at that in a while. Two, I want to look at the money market funds. I haven't looked at that in a while. So we'll take a look at those things as well after we look at the miners. So CleanSpark had an absolute dumper of a day yesterday. It was down 15.62%. We opened up today down another 2%. It came as low as 860. 860. I actually lowered my order to go a little bit lower than 860 because I'm thinking we might actually go lower. If not, though, I'll buy around 9. I'll buy what I was planning to buy around 9. I didn't close that out completely. I still have 50 shares up for grabs at 860. They did not trigger, so I don't know. Maybe I'm off by a penny on what I'm looking at here. No, it says 860. Maybe it was actually 861. I don't know. I did not get triggered, so I don't know. Unless I did get triggered. Let me see. Did I get triggered? Let me look real quick. I didn't get an alert, so let's see. Did I get triggered? No, I didn't get triggered. So I still have an order open at 860. I don't know. Anyways, do I see this going down a little bit further? Very possibly. I very possibly see this thing going down a little bit further. Now, I do like this wick on the bottom forming right now. We really need to see how the day closes on this thing in order to get any real idea. We are technically oversold right now, but we could get a little more oversold. We did not quite tap this line down here at 845. Like, we came to right up to 861, I guess, which really isn't anything. No, it's just kind of floating out there. The 860 is, yeah, there's not really anything it's hitting with perfection there at 860, so I don't really see any reason why it would stop there. It could come down to like right here, the 845, or it might be 844, the very bottom of this wick down here. It could come a little bit lower, hit the bottoms down here at 775, something like that. But 860, I don't really necessarily see it stopping at 860. Usually the market likes to hit wicks perfectly and then move on from there. So we'll take a look, see how the day closes on CleanSpark. But we've been talking about this for a while. We've been prepared for this ever since this bear flag came in here. Right here, we've been prepared for this to go lower. We've been talking about it. I've been talking about the VIX spike coming through again. I've been talking about the end carry trade possibly not being over yet. So you should have been prepared for this. I was prepared for this. Now, I didn't, buy anything to the downside or anything like that, but I was mentally prepared to see the red in my portfolio, so I'm not really too concerned about this. In fact, I've been buying things. I did buy more CleanSpark yesterday. I know I've been complaining about CleanSpark and what they've been doing lately, but at $8.87, like, I do see them becoming a $15, $16, $20 company again. I absolutely see that in their future, so $8 does make sense, even with the potential of future pretty large dilution on the horizon. To me, that below $9 does make sense for CleanSpark, even if it were to dilute further as they came out with that announcement. So that's my opinion there. Do with it what you will. Anyways, let's take a look at Bitfarms. I bought some Bitfarms. I've been buying Bitfarms under $2. I bought Bitfarms at $191. It hit my thing. It went down to $188, I guess, but I bought it at $191. So I've been buying Bitfarms. I think Bitfarms will probably come a little bit lower, maybe come down to this level here, like 171-ish. Let's go about right there, 171. I got my buy order in there at 191, just in case it didn't go any lower. That's also, I bought some Bitfarms on there as well. I probably should be buying some other things. I did buy some IREN. I also bought some IREN yesterday. IREN was down 12.77% yesterday, under, in that low $6, mid $6 range. So there's that. As long as this thing holds above 622, I don't really see IREN going any lower than that 622 area. Maybe it'll wick down to like $6 again, tap it, and we'll be on our way once more. But yeah, I don't see it going way lower than that. Even if it does, it's got a whole bunch of support here at like 550. So anything bought right now in this area, it doesn't really have much more than $1 downside, and has, how many dollars of upside? I mean, just in July it went up to 1571, and I mean, in the bull run last time it was as high as, was this $28? So yeah, Yeah. This thing, I'm not too concerned. $6 for potentially $20 of upside, that'd be cool. I have no issues buying it here, and I have been buying it here. So that's what I've been doing with IREN. It could go a little lower. I do see it probably coming back to 622, testing the bottom of this big God candle down here. If it doesn't stop there, you know, like 550, it will probably get caught down there. Let's see about the EMAs. Where do those have us there? Yeah, we're below everything. So let's take a look at the fib clouds. Where do those catch us? Okay, ATR band is all the way down at 521. Okay, the bottom of the ATR band. And this is actually down at 1 at 68, but I don't necessarily see it doing that. That would be returning to the lows of the lows of the winter, so I don't really see that being a thing. I don't see that happening right now. If it does, I mean, it could be wrong, but I don't really see it happening. Let's take a look at Mara. Mara was also down a bit. It is down to $15.12. Yesterday it came down $8.62%. Yesterday that was pretty rough. All the miners are absolutely bleeding. They're all on sale. Like I said, they're all on sale. This could come down to like this could come back down to like 1410 again. Maybe test 1450. I think it's probably going to do that. 1450, any lower than 1450, I'd start getting a little bit concerned about this thing. Testing the absolute low of this and maybe going all the way to the fib down at 1158. That'd be pretty scary. I haven't bought anything on Mara yet. I am Mara's one of those ones where I'm kind of waiting to see it turn around. I'm not just buying it as it falls, kind of like Bitfarms or even CleanSpark. So I'm waiting for Mara to do the turnaround because I want to buy options on Mara. I don't want to buy shares. So that's why I'm waiting for the turnaround on Mara versus going in now. And let's see here. It is, yeah, it's coming down a little bit more today. I think we're going to bleed off a little more today. That's all. We might rally near the end of the day, perhaps, but like I see like slow bleed off, potentially sideways action into the rate cut, maybe even the week of or the week after going into that as well. RIOT is a dumpster fire. Wow. All right, RIOT fell 9.96% yesterday. It is down another 0.59% today, but it is at $6.74. What used to be the largest Bitcoin miner around, trading at 673 right now, breaking through all of its support. It's all the way down to this support down here. All the way down here. This support goes all the way down to 564. RIOT's in trouble. RIOT needs to get it together. RIOT needs to figure something out. They are. They're going to... RIOT has one of the worst charts ever. This thing... Okay, so here's what we're looking at. Okay, technical time. Technical time. All right, so this here. This is why I'm not buying RIOT. This is also why I sold. I had some calls on RIOT, some long calls from before. I dumped those at a loss because RIOT is a dumpster fire. Here's why. Here's what none of the other ones have done yet. All right. Both a bear flag, bear flag right there. Bear flag. Boop, right there. The fact that it held on the bottom half of this, even worse. Even worse, but we had a terrible bear flag inside of a bad bear flag. We had a bear flag inside of a worse bear flag inside of a bear flag there. Okay. The moment price went underneath this candle here on August 5th, the moment price went below that, which was yesterday, that meant that we're going lower. That meant that we're going lower. That meant that this is now a new leg down. This ascending channel has been completely broken to the downside, right? And price could even come back and test this at 730, at 730 something, 726 to 739. Price can even test that. But if it doesn't break through it with force, then it's just a test and it's going to go further down. RIOT's in serious trouble. So if you're holding on to RIOT, RIOT's in trouble. And I wouldn't touch this thing with a 10-foot pole right now. And until RIOT gets above $8.58, I wouldn't even look at it. So I'm not going to anymore. BitDigital. How's BitDigital doing? That is not BitDigital. That is some weird stuff. All right, BitDigital. What's going on with BitDigital? So honestly, on BitDigital, it's not great. So we're under $3. Not ideal. We did... Yeah, this failed here. Yeah, and that was that. Boom, and then a cascade down. All right, BitDigital is now in the lower part of that of the ATR bands. Okay, it's in the lower part of the ATR bands. That's not ideal. We've been closing down here. We could come as low as 247 here. If we go underneath that August 5th low, then we're in trouble. That's when we're in trouble on every single one of these miners. If you get below the August 5th low and close down there, you're in trouble. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Underneath August 5th low, it's going to go lower, and it's going to go lower harder. Now, that could be a buying opportunity in the long run, but until you start seeing reversal candles down there, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it at all. Now, some of my bags are going to be red down there, and that's fine. That's just part of it. It's part of the process. So yeah, as long as we hold above 247, I think we're looking okay on Bit Digital. It's not great. The RSI is not looking good. The fib bands, yeah. Is there a 200-day? Are we below the 200-day? Actually, why am I doing that? I have it here. SMA 4. There we go. Yeah, we're a little bit below the 200-day, but we could get above it. So that's possible. We could get it. We're just like right in that line. We get back above the 200-day, then it's just a bounce off the 200-day moving average, and that's not so bad on Bit Digital. I'm not too concerned about that. Let's take a look at WULF. How's WULF doing? WULF was one of the strongest looking ones of them all, and now it's not. Okay, so WULF is getting in line with the rest of its peers now. We are below, so yesterday closed us out below the mid ATR band. Okay, it closes out below this level of support here at 383. We are now looking at WULF coming down. Okay, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at WULF potentially coming down now. Now, the moment we get price, we're going to get confirmation of that if we get price action below $3.52. So let me go ahead and move this down here. $3.52. We get price action under that, because that's where this channel began right here, right? This one right here. I'll show you. I'll draw it. That's where this channel right here began. So if we get below that price action, that's when we are opened up to go lower. We'll hit the bottom of the ATR band, and we may even drive down to this support down here. Let me show you. You're not gonna like this. Let me show you right there. Boom. About 275. 275. 200-day moving average. Yeah, 200-day moving average. Here we come. If we start making price action under 352. Now, we could get caught at, no, we won't. Never mind. That's nonsense. We're not gonna get caught there probably. That's what's gonna happen. That's what I think is going to happen anyways. Under 352, we start getting price action closing beneath that, then we're coming to the 200-day moving average, maybe even all the way down to support at 275 on WULF. So WULF has lost its thunder here. It appears we're making that lower high. If we make a lower low, which would be underneath this, I'm not counting this August 5th swing low. I'm going to count it from there. You know, that's what I'm looking at there for WULF. So WULF, you may get your chance to load your bags a little more with WULF. Let's look at CORZ. CORZ is actually up today, 2.34%. We did close underneath this, but we're coming up to touch this line right here, which is that 965-ish. We came up to touch it, so it's not completely out of play yet. We could see this descending channel right here. We could see this break to the upside for CORZ. CORZ is actually charging away there. I don't see any issues there with that. So this one's broken. Let's delete that. There's too many things on my chart. This one is also broken. Let's delete that there. Okay, so now we're watching this one. This breaks to the upside. We're going back up. That's it with CORZ. Let's take a look at coin. We haven't looked at coin in a while. Coin underneath the 200-day moving average. Coin. Ooh, coin is starting to look like RIOT. That's not good. That's not ideal. So we had the bear flag, right? We had this bear flag right here. We're not counting August 5th on that. Okay. We had the bear flag there. And we got below the bottom of that bear flag there yesterday. That was confirmation we were going to go lower. And now we are dancing with the low of August 5th. We're dancing with that low. We came to touch it. If we make price action on Coinbase below this, below the August 5th low, which is 161.02, let's just call it 161 flat. Sure, why not? If that happens, we are coming minimum, we're coming down to 137. Maximum, possibly 115. Let me draw some lines. 115, 137. Okay, 136.70, whatever. That's what we're looking at on Coinbase. If we start making price action below the August 5th low. Okay. And we won't be bullish again. We will not be bullish again until we get above the 200-day moving average and the mid ATR band, which are at 197.70 and 199.78. That's it. That's all there is to it on Coinbase. We have to get above that level again to be bullish again. Otherwise, we are going to revisit 136, 114. That's it. That's all we got to say about that. Anyways, now let's go take a look at some margin debt and as well as the money market funds. As of the latest report for the money market funds assets, we are continuing to see an increase here. So it increased from 6.241 trillion to 6.262 trillion dollars here from last week, from 2 weeks ago to last week, and then we'll get another update on that either tomorrow or Friday. This comes out, so we'll see that again. So it is growing. People are moving to safety still, squeezing out that last juice from the Fed rate hikes here. When we start seeing outflows from this, we will see the market recover. That's basically all I got to say about that. Let's take a look at margin debt. Margin debt is growing. It is steadily growing. Notice let's see, this is last month, this is last year. So since a low in September of last year, it's been growing again. Whenever we see these bars get like above, and you notice they can sustain above that red line there for a while, but once it goes above it and then comes back below it, much like the inversion, much like the rate inversions of the 10 versus 2 year, then we see a big sell-off. Like notice how it went above and then came below and big sell-off. Above started dipping hard, big sell-off. Above, below, big sell-off. Over here, 2020, it was above, came below real fast, big sell-off. Same thing here. Same sort of situation here. When this red line here catches up to the blue line there, that's when we may be over-leveraged. If it spikes above it, I like this one better because like you can see the spikes harder, and when it comes back and like touches it, you're like, woo, way down. Came up just above it, and then back below it, woo, way down. And it was above it, it came right below it, whew, way down, and it just kept going. Notice the spike. So I watched this one pretty closely. This is macromicro.me. It's the FINRA margin balance ratios chart. I like this one. So let's do like a 1 year chart. Let's do it year to date. Now let's do a 5 year. All right, yeah, I like that. Yeah, so we want this thing, we want this red line to stay below the blue line. If it goes above the blue line, we're going to rally pretty hard for a while, but as soon as that red line starts coming down and starts like I would draw it like a trend line on this thing, like you can see, I can't draw on this one, but you'll see like from this point here, up, going up, as soon as it broke that trend line to the downside, that's when things started getting bad. Bad news bears down there. So we're looking at this line. If it gets above it, then we start like being like it's party time until it makes a significant change to the downside on that red line, and then we're looking at bad times. So that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description as well as the channel bio, and have a profitable day.